What's going on, YouTube? My name is Vanguard D Nice. Call me Vanguard. You can call me D Nice. Now y'all probably wondering, Vanguard, what are you doing on duty streams? Why are you over here looking at Phil? Well, why I'm here? Well, because of Phil's latest actions, I can no longer just be a viewer. I gotta throw my 2 cents in because, as we all know, Phil has been going off the deep end ever since his interview with the Side Scrollers podcast. Now, I'm not going to go through the history. We all know about his WWE champions, to his fapping of 2016, to his addiction to WWE mobile games. We all know about it, so I'm not going to go through that list. But I am going to talk about how his latest actions, such as his Street Fighter, how he sucks in that, to his boring streams, to Starfield, Chrono Blade, or whatever the other game is. We're going to talk about those games because of how bad he is and how horrible he is and incredibly boring. So let's get into it.
So last night on the late stream, it was Starfield. All right? Now, I will be honest. You guys know, I'm transparent and honest with you guys. It seemed like a lot of the attention for Starfield completely died down last night. For example, it was a late night stream.
Alright, this is going to be interesting. Phil, the reason why it died down so much is you're incredibly boring. Number one, you're not really doing the main story. You're doing side quests. Fetch quests, that's very boring. Just get to the main quest. If you wanted to do a little bit of side quests on the side from here and there, that's fine. But get to the main quests.
Admittedly. But we did do a late night stream of it last week too that did good. Didn't do very good. It was a slower attendance, much slower engagement. And what I mean by that is there were people sitting in the chat.
Ladies and gentlemen, whenever he says slow attendance, slow support, it's not views, not none of that. It's pretty much him talking about money. Tips, super chats, whatever your name. This dude, forget him being a streamer. He is what I call a financial dictator. In other words, if you come onto any of his streams, you gotta throw him money, whether it's $2, $20, whatever in super chats. He really prefers tips, aka PayPal. Please don't do that to him because that's how you get your sensitive information, such as your first name and your email address.
Yeah, who were literally just ignoring the stream entirely. And I was like, why are you here? Right? Like, you know I'm here to play Starfield tonight. If this isn't what you like, why are you here on the stream pretending like there's no stream? Talking with everyone as if this is like your private chat room. It's not. You know?
First and foremost, Phil, majority of people are probably there watch you see just to watch how badly you are to the game, how much you suck at the game, and more than likely they're probably just recapping to clipping the stuff to show you how incredibly boring you are at this game. Matter of fact, not just this game, just about every other games. For example, Chrono Trigger. That is one of the most boring live streams I've seen from any YouTuber. Okay? It's just, Phil, you just suck at this stuff, man. You only care about this game to get money out of people. Jeez Louise.
You know what I mean? And the thing is, I'm not going to shut down conversations, but at the same time, I'm streaming for a reason. I want to play the game. I want to share my experience with all of you. And when the vast majority...
Phil, you shut down conversations if it's not to the game. If somebody were talking about music, you would literally say either you talk about the game or you're going to get booted, a.k.a. block. I've literally seen you block people for the most dumbest things, like to the point where somebody crack a joke, you kick them out. When somebody changed their name to, I don't know, let's just say, I suck, you ready to tell them you either change the name or you're just going to ban them. So yeah, you do stop conversations.
Majority of the viewers are ignoring the game. Obviously, there's an issue there. And the funny part is, Starfield really is in line with all other Bethesda games. So if you guys like Bethesda games, which you do, and you have voted over the last 3 years, each year for me to play a new Bethesda game. First it was...
Phil, let's get this straight. Nobody wanted you to play the game. You only picked this game up because you hope it's going to save the channel. Really, the only other game that you play that people have some vast interest is Street Fighter. Because most of the time you bitch, you complain, you lose. But any of the other streams of game, you're boring, you suck at it. I'm already sounding like a broken record for the 20th time, whatever, saying it, Phil. You have not realized how bad you are to these games. In my humble opinion, dude, just stop playing games altogether. Because you don't have fun with them no more. You rather people throw you money. Throw you money. You don't care anything about the game. And 9 times out of 10, you're about ready to fall asleep. Actually, there's been quite a few other times where you literally have fallen asleep live on stream. Which is actually pretty interesting and kind of funny. But Phil, honestly, the problem is not the game. The problem is not the audience. The problem is you.
Fallout New Vegas and all of its DLCs. Then it was Skyrim and all of its DLCs. And recently it was Oblivion and its major DLC. And you guys were okay with that. But now I'm playing the new game and people are going to disengage. Like, that really throws me for a loop. That really confuses me. Why would you not like the new game? But, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not about to repeat myself. If you can't figure out the problem is you, Phil, then I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you should actually relook your streams to see how boring you are. Just do that instead.
So, it did. Now, keep in mind, this was the first time ever that ever happened during a Starfield stream. And I've done, what, like 6 Starfield streams? So I don't know if it was just a one-off bad night. I don't know if people are...
One-off bad night? Phil, you have many bad off nights, okay? There's been plenty of times where you have ranted and raged because people are not giving me money. People are not giving me, I need the chips. It's why, because it's fun entertainment. No, Phil, again, and I'm trying not to repeat myself, but oh my goodness, you're already about to give me a brain aneurysm. Your gameplay is boring. Can't you fit that through your thick skull?
Actually getting burned out and not caring about Starfield anymore? I guess we'll find out tomorrow, alright? Now, here's the truth is, with all the new games coming out, Mortal Kombat 1, Lies of P, we're gonna have to take...
No. First and foremost, we already seen when you played Mortal Kombat the beta and how bad you were. I mean, you probably maybe, and I'm just doing a ballpark guess, out of the 30 matches, you probably won maybe 1. The rest of you just lost completely, got annihilated, got destroyed. I actually remember seeing that on your streams. Now that I even saw the other highlights of it from Duty as well as Snort Hogan.
Take Starfield and essentially make it a night stream at some point anyway. Like, that's going to happen. That's coming, where it's going to end up having a lot of night stream sessions. Maybe...
Oh, jeez, it's going to turn into a night stream. He's going to really turn this into a night stream. Oh, God. Phil. You going to turn this into a night stream? Ladies and gentlemen, this should show you how bad, or should we say how much money he wants to suck out of his dents. A night stream? He could have easily beat that game at some point in time if he just stuck with the main story. But now, he's trying to do whatever he can to get more money out of his dents. He's done that with so many other games turned to a night stream. Matter of fact, Armored Core 6, I don't remember if that was a night stream or not, but he has milked that game. He could have beat that game. Beat that game. But now he's still playing to this day. It's like, Phil, come on, hurry up and beat the game and move on. You claim to beat these games in a very speedable time, but you're taking way too long.
One day stream a week, but mostly night streams, because that's the kind of game it is, right? It's a lengthy RPG. I think everyone expected that was going to happen. There was no way we were going to beat Starfield within September. So I think everyone was kind of expecting that the game was going to end up being shifted to a late night chill stream anyway. So with that...
Phil, you actually can beat the game before September ends. From what I understand, the main story is somewhere between 20 to 30 hours long. The only reason why I haven't beaten it is because I'm actually taking my time with the game. I'm not going to stream it because it is way too long. But in your case, you could have beat that game and perhaps did some of the side quests for optional things for your fans to see. But no, this isn't about the game. You're just trying to find ways to get more money out of people.
Happening... People have to get used to it being on the late shift, and I hope that people do. I've enjoyed playing it so far. I told you, when we're playing it as a Bethesda game, it's great. When we're trying to play it as a new entity, it's not very good. I'll give you an example.
Oh, wait, what? A new entity? Phil, I'm actually having fun with this game. I'm having a blast. And you're just going to sit there and tell me it's not good? Actually, you know what? No. Actually, let me hear your piss poor argument, Phil. I want to hear how much of a bad entity it is compared to just being a Bethesda game. I actually want to hear this weak sauce argument.
Last night, all the time that I was exploring, because I was exploring multiple new settlements, got to a major new city, we were doing questing there, interesting lore and everything. That was great, because that's what Bethesda does good. Then for one mission, they said, oh, you have to go take out a bunch of bandits in space.
Yeah, I will agree a little bit on that one, Phil. The lore in this is very good, very deep. But other than that, the problem here, Phil, is, again, you're doing way too many side quests and not focused with the main story. I'm not going to repeat myself again. Just focus on the main story. That's it, Phil.
And they made you do a 3-on-1 space combat fight. The problem is, the space combat in the game is atrociously bad.
No. The space combat is fine. Again, you just suck at it. There's been quite a few times within Starfield, I actually came across 5 other ships. And a couple of times, I had to restart because I died. But guess what? I had fun with it. I actually learned how to get better with that. You, on the other hand, it took you so many tries to even beat one ship because you kept stopping. You didn't move. You didn't actually figure out to slow your throttle down, speed it up, maneuver. You just stood there in a stationary position and got completely destroyed so many different times like you normally do in any game.
Even the ship that I don't have the starter ship. I have a ship that I found called the Razor Leaf that's supposed to be good. It has like higher stats for weapons and stuff. It still sucks. Basically what happens is you start to fight one ship, the other 2 go right behind you and just pummel you with lasers. And
once again, Phil, you was sitting there stationed. That's how you got beat. That's number 1. Number 2, the second ship you got, the biggest problem why it wasn't doing so well is you didn't pay attention. You have to distribute power to different weapons, different systems, engines, shields, grav drive. It's very similar to, let's say, what was that, X-Wing versus TIE Fighter back in the day? Very similar to that. And had you paid attention and did a little research, it wouldn't be that difficult. But you, Phil, you don't do any research. You just go ahead, go into any game blind, say, oh, this game is bad, whatever, it's not holding my hand. And that's the problem you feel. You don't want to learn. You don't want to try new things. You want to keep things the same. And these are the reasons why almost all your gameplays suck badly.
There's nothing you can do. There is no evasive action in Starfield. All you can do is try to boost, which doesn't really work, and then you get destroyed. So anytime the game...
Phil. I'm going to help you out. For controller, your left thumbstick, you move up, you throttle. You push back, you stop, reverse, brake. When you click down the right bump on the right thumbstick, you boost. To stop the boost, you hit back. That's what I do, Phil. It's not that hard. It's not that difficult. The thing is, you're just sitting there stationary. You're not engaged in what we call a dogfight to maneuver, evasive maneuvers, stuff like that. Switching targets. Really, you should be going after the weakest level and work your way up. The problem you feel is you just go after whoever stay there and get blown up. Again, you're just a horrible game player. Game player. It's not even a word. You just suck at games.
Asks you to fight more than one opponent. Literally, you need to have an overpowered ship. It's the only way to actually effectively fight them fair, because outside of that, they just stand there and pummel you, and there's no...
Phil, you don't need an overpowered ship. Again, I said this before, and I can't believe I repeat myself yet again. You focus on the one ship that has the weakest level, and then you work your way up. For me, my character is at, level 16? So the lowest level for me at the time was a level 4. I actually worked my way from destroying a level 4 ship all the way up to a level 20 and still survived, still did fine. And here's the thing, Phil. Here's something that I did that you didn't do. I move around, use evasive maneuvers to get around, took some damage, still repaired my ship, but still engaged, and still did just fine, and had fun, and still having fun with that. What's your excuse?
Flares that go out that distract their missiles or shots. There's no loop-de-loops. There's no barrel rolls. There's nothing to evade. So you just stand there and get hit. Wow, that was real genius of them, wasn't it? But 3 on...
Phil, you can actually do a barrel roll by turning your left thumbstick left or right. left or right, and you could do a barrel. There's been plenty of times I have done that. But in your case, Phil, you just rather the game to sit there and hold your hands like any other.
Down one fight required for the story, and the only way to beat it without difficulty is to overlevel your shit. Wow, that's stupidity. That's what I mean. Like, these new things they added just aren't good. These new elements suck. The piloting in the space and the space combat is terrible. The world exploration is boring as dirt. But
the only thing I'll give you a little bit on the exploration of the planets, it's not boring. It's just a tad bit slow because, yes, they give us a jump pack, but we do need some type of rover. Other than that, I actually enjoy doing that. The piloting part is not a problem in the game. That, number one, that's your problem too. You have something called piloting skills and stuff like that. You can actually go into your skill set and upgrade you, but you gotta destroy a certain amount of ships, do this, do that. There's also, I believe, another skill set to where you can upgrade your engines, do other stuff, and I believe also in the piloting stuff, you can actually unlock Class B and Class B and C ships, Phil. So no, it's actually better than what you're saying, Phil. You're just bitching because you just want to bitch.
everything else that's Bethesda-esque that they've done before, they did well. So anyway, we did get through it. We did get through that combat segment. It took me like 20 minutes of me retrying, and essentially what I had to do was kind of get one ship separated from the.
Yeah, you're right about that. You had to do it multiple times. I lost count after your fifth try, and it took you more longer than 20 minutes. It took you somewhere between 35 to 40 minutes just for even one ship battle. Just one. Because you just kept standing there. Yeah, you didn't move. That was your problem, Phil. You didn't do anything. You just kept shooting, but you was getting pummeled from here to Kingdom Come.
The other two by luck. It wasn't like I tried. It was by luck. By fighting it, I kind of pulled it away. So I was able to take out the one. And then when it was 2v1, it was at least a lot better. And I was able to take down the second one. And then the third one was Child's Play. You see? So.
Oh, yeah, we know about that, Phil. I mean, that's 101 in RPGs. You're supposed to take out the lowest level, and then work your way up. That way it becomes easier for you. We all know that. That's in any RPG game, Phil. Come on.
Oh. What are you going to do? It was, in my opinion, not great, right? But everything else about the stream was good. You know, we arrived at a new settlement called Neon, and this one is, like, very reminiscent to, like, Cyberpunk 2077, except no sex. It's a lot of neon.
Yeah, no sex. Ladies and gentlemen, anything when it comes to sexual things, he's shunned at. I'm not sure if that's because of his wife doesn't like that, or maybe because he takes his streams way too serious, and he needs to relax. Trust me, Phil, there's plenty sex jokes, not in this game, but other games that you can actually have fun with and laugh, but nah, you just take it way too seriously.
Lights and a lot of criminals and stuff like that, but outside of that, you know, it's a lot of talking and doing a lot of missions, and I did a lot of the persuasion, which was good. I leveled up my persuasion and stuff like that. So, I did enjoy.
Yes, Phil. It's a Bethesda game. There's going to be some action, but the majority of the times they're trying to tell you a story. All Bethesda games are like that. Come on, this is nothing new.
Enjoy it when we were doing those segments, you see? So, I don't know. Like I said, it really felt to me like this was the first part of, or the first stream of the game where people just did not seem engaged at all. They were actually, like, actively not paying attention to the game. They weren't even talking with me.
Phil. Once again, and I can't believe I repeat myself again. Your streams are boring. People don't. Here's the thing. The reason why most people don't want to talk about anything else is because if somebody, once again, want to talk about music, whatever, you banned them. I remember one time somebody was talking about, I believe it was Eminem, one of the rappers, and you told them, what does that have to do with that stream? You literally said that and threatened to ban them. So what do you want them to do? At some point in time, a lot of people just going to start turning off, Phil. They're going to start looking at other people because apparently you run your streams like a dictator. And actually, that's fitted because the first three letters are dick, which you are one, by the way.
That's not good. The whole point of me playing an open world RPG is the whole interaction segment of it. Like, that's the point. That's why it's good. If I'm going to play it for myself, then what's the point? I want to play it with you guys as an audience. So I don't know what happened, but I'm hoping that the next time I play it on Tuesday that it's different. You know, we've been having great...
Phil, it's not going to be that much different. It's still going to be the exact same thing from the previous streams. You're not that interesting. Again, most people rather you play Street Fighter just for the soul. Let's just get that for a fact, okay?
interactive streams up to this point. For some reason last night that changed, and I'm kind of confused as to why, you know?
Yeah. Go ahead and chug my water. Yeah, that water is so good. No. That's some really good water. See, did anybody send me some tips, something, whatever? Hey, what's that? Somebody saying something naughty? Gotta ban them!
Okay. Anyway, so yesterday overall, decent content, I would say, and support was all right. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. We did hit one of the tiered tips goals. I told you my goal this week is every day we hit at least a...
No. We're not going to get into that. We're not even going to get to that. Ladies and gentlemen, no, we're not going to do that. I'm going to end the video right here. The fact of it is, Phil's going to talk about how supporting all this, whatever. He's always a wishy-washy about this. No, Phil. No. Again, you just prove beyond shadow of doubt that when it comes to your streams, it's all about money. You don't give a damn about anything else. You don't give a damn about your dance. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, this is it for the video. Like, comment, hey, give me some feedback. And also, please, show love to my main man do these streams. That brother right there, matter of fact, let's help him this month to get to at least 13K subscribers. Please show him some love and tell him Vanguard sent you. Peace out.